Hello and welcome to day 5 of the Heart Healing series. Today we are talking about healing the heart wound. Now, disclaimer that by participating, you agree to take responsibility for your own well being and to practice within your own comfort and capacity. Listen to your body, honor your pace, and remember healing is a process, not a performance. So, a gentle reminder that this work is very important, it's very sacred, it's ancestral, and your heart is the gentlest yet strongest organ you will ever connect with. It holds memories, traumas, betrayal, regrets, guilt, shame, grief, but it also holds kindness, love, freedom, relaxation, wealth, creation. And we are closing off the 5-day heart healing series by focusing on the heart itself. And this is also chapter 5 of my book, If My Heart Could Talk, where I go over poems and my own journey through forgiveness, heartbreak, and coming back home to myself. The heart wound, healing it matters because it restores the part of you that knows how to give and receive love without fear. So, the heart wound is born the moment love becomes entangled with pain, when affection feels uncertain, and when trust fractures, when connection must be earned. When the heart feels these things, the body records these moments as commandments. So things like love hurts, love leaves, love demands a lot from us. And so we begin to protect the very thing that is meant to free us. We end up building walls around a heart that was only ever asking to be held. So the heart wound, and I mean, my whole book is called If My Heart Could Talk. So I want to explore a little on what the heart wound is and how we can begin healing it. So, the heart wound forms when the natural flow of giving and receiving love becomes disrupted, often in early relationships where love felt unsafe, unpredictable, or conditional. This rupture creates a split inside and becomes one part that longs for closeness and another part that actually fears it. So we armor ourselves with independence, perfectionism, control, not realizing that the armor is what keeps love out. So when it comes to yoga, there are so many different parts to yoga. And doing the actual yoga where you're using your body, that is only one part of yoga. There are 7 other things that yoga is. And when we think about the heart and healing the heart wound, we want to, we can use things like yoga to help us begin healing this armor that we create. So, yoga is a really good tool because when you are sitting there in silence and in stillness, the body finally has a chance to breathe, to, think about what it can do to lower these armors so that we're not always getting triggered by things outside of us. How it manifests in the body. So the body stores heartache, especially from a heartbreak. in subtle ways. Your shoulders curl forward because you're trying to guard the chest because that is where it hurts. So you think that, like, by doing this, you're actually freeing yourself, but you're kind of just putting a band aid. And some of my favorite poses in yoga are the heart opening yoga poses because you are moving the shoulders back, you're allowing your chest to fully expand and receive, and it just helps open up a lot of what might be, sitting right here in the chest space. Your breath can also become shallow, again, protecting the heart space, and the nervous system constantly stays in low level alert, scanning for rejection or loss. Healing this wound means teaching the body that openness is no longer dangerous. So, what healing the heart wound looks like? Healing the heart wound isn't about finding the person who won't hurt you. It's about becoming the person who no longer abandons yourself when hurt arises. Practically, this healing might look like slowing down your reactions before closing off, placing a hand over your heart when triggered, and whispering, I'm still here, choosing connection over avoidance, even when it feels unfamiliar. Why do we need to heal the heart? So, in my book, If My Heart Could Talk, Poems of Healing, Honesty, and Coming Home, Chapter 5, the subtitle is A Journey Through Belonging, Heartbreak, and Homecoming. When I think about the heart, I think about healing it in these categories, bringing back our sense of belonging, releasing the heartbreak, and finally coming back home to itself. So the heart holds on to painful memories that make us feel like we don't belong when we have heartaches from past loved ones and are finally ready to come home to our authentic selves. So, this is what healing the heart wound allows us to do. Now, belonging, this is the need to feel connected. This is when love once felt uncertain, the heart learned to stay small, to stay safe. The child who once reached freely now measures every move, waiting for proof that it's safe to be seen. And so, even grown, we keep searching for danger in places that are only asking to love us. Number two, heartbreak. This is the wound of loss and separation. When love breaks, the heart gathers its pieces and builds walls to protect what's left. The ache becomes an armor, and tenderness starts to feel dangerous. We tell ourselves we've moved on, but inside, the body still remembers the places that once reached out and were left holding only air. Number three, homecoming. This is returning to an open heart, one that is ready to receive. There comes a moment when the walls grow heavy and the heart longs to breathe again. We begin to realize that safety was never the absence of pain, it was the presence of love that stayed. We were never truly exiled from our own hearts, only wandering until we felt ready to return. So, thank you for joining me. This was the 5 day heart healing series. And if you want to continue this journey, make sure you are inside of my school community where I go over the whole heart healing process, the whole nervous system healing process, and how you can use yoga as a tool to start this healing. Bye.